Thankfully, the baby was okay. Hope is a fighter, like her mom. Later, when Emily fell asleep, I gently woke her. "Where is he, Em?" She hesitated.
Probably that bar on Jefferson. He always goes there when he wants to cool off.
I kissed her forehead and left. I walked into the bar and saw him immediately. Todd was drinking whiskey with two of his idiot friends, laughing like nothing happened, like he hadn't just nearly killed a woman and his unborn child. "Look who it is, the Kung Fu Panda. What's the matter? Did Em call her bodyguard? You sure you're even her brother, man? You're like 2 shades past Thanksgiving." They all laughed. "You got that thug life scowl, Marcus. Bet you scare the kids at your dojo. You put your hands on my sister." To be fair, she asked for it, getting all emotional and hormonal. I stood still. Let him come at me. He shoved me, swung. I dodged. His fist flew past me, and that was all I needed. I struck him hard, right in the jaw. His friend lunged. I swept his legs. Another grabbed a beer bottle, missed, and I broke his nose with my elbow. They were drunk and slow. I wasn't. One tried to charge me from behind. I flipped him onto the table. Todd got back up, clutching his wrist. I kicked his knee out and pinned him to the floor. "You ever touch her again? I swear, no one's going to stop me next time." The bartender called the cops. "My name's Marcus. I'm a black man, adopted into a white family when I was just 3 years old. My parents, Paul and Susan Keller, adopted me after 5 painful years of trying to conceive. They'd been through 3 failed IVF attempts and a miscarriage. When they adopted me, they poured every ounce of love and hope into me. I never once felt like I was second best. I was their son, fully, completely, and unapologetically. Then 2 years later, a miracle happened. My mom got pregnant. That's how Emily came into the world. But even with their biological child now in their arms, nothing changed. They loved us both the same. And from the moment Emily could walk, I became her protector. When she was 8, a girl named Lisa tried to bully her on the school bus, called her names, mocked her freckles. I walked right up to Lisa during recess and said, "You mess with my sister again, you'll regret it. You hear me?" She never did it again. Emily looked up to me from that day forward like I was her hero, and maybe I was. I remember when we were in 5th and 3rd grade. Emily had just gotten braces and was shy about them. One afternoon, I heard her crying behind the jungle gym. "Em, you okay?"
Lisa said I looked like a metal mouth rat.
I saw the girl walking nearby with her group of friends, laughing. Something in me burned. I walked straight up to Lisa. "Say something like that to my sister again. I'll make sure everyone knows you wet the bed on the field trip." She blinked.
You can't talk to me like that.
"Wanna bet? Touch her again. Try me." She didn't speak to Emily again for the rest of the year. After that, every time someone teased her, she'd glance at me. I'd give them a look, and that was that. We grew up like twins, always together. Through scraped knees, teenage drama, and college choices, we were solid. Even now, in our late 20s, we lived 10 minutes apart. I ran a successful martial arts dojo. She was studying interior design and working part-time at a vintage shop. We'd have Sunday brunch with our parents. But things changed the year Emily met him. His name was Todd, a tall, blue-eyed pretty boy who worked in commercial real estate. I was polite when we first met, but something about him rubbed me the wrong way. It was a Sunday evening. Emily was bringing her new boyfriend over for dinner at our parents' house. Mom was cooking, Dad had set out the wine, and I was helping with the plates. The front door opened. I turned to see Emily walk in, her arm linked with a tall, square-jawed man in a tailored jacket.
Everyone, this is Todd.
He scanned the room. His eyes landed on me and stayed there. He stopped mid-step. Wait, you're Emily's brother?" "Yeah, Marcus." He blinked, then laughed awkwardly. "Damn, wow, didn't expect that."
What do you mean?
"No offense, babe, but you didn't say your brother was, black. I thought you meant like stepbrother or adopted cousin or something." I walked over and held out my hand. Firm grip. He shook it, but barely. "You play for the Vikings or something? You look like security." I thought maybe you were guarding the place. Nope, just the brother. Huh, well that's progressive. Love that for you guys. Really cool. Like The Blind Side, right? Emily's face flushed red.
Marcus has been my brother since I was born, Todd. Don't be weird.
I'm just saying, it's a vibe. He's like tall, muscular, kinda intense. Makes sense you teach karate or whatever. Very urban warrior. I forced a smile. Inside, I was boiling. I teach martial arts, discipline, respect. Respect? Damn, could have fooled me with that death stare. Chill out, man, we're just joking, right? No one laughed. Mom tried to change the subject. Emily clenched her jaw. And I knew, from that moment, Todd wasn't just some clueless boyfriend. He was a problem. Then came the comments. So, Marcus, you teach karate? Guess you found your calling, huh? All that inner city energy put to good use? I teach self-discipline, confidence, and peace. Peace? Huh. You don't really strike me as a peaceful type. At another dinner, he nodded at my arm tattoo, a tribal pattern in memory of my birth heritage, and said, "Did you get that in jail, or just trying to look tough?" He laughed. No one else did. But the worst came at the 4th of July barbecue. Hey Marcus, you blend right in under the fireworks, man. Took us a minute to spot you. Ha! Yo, for real, where's he at? I can only see his teeth. They howled. I didn't flinch, just stared at him like he wasn't even human. Emily looked uncomfortable, but she didn't say anything. I hoped she'd open her eyes eventually. Instead, she fell harder for him. A few weeks later when I met Emily, I noticed some bruises, a purple welt on her forearm, a cut just under her eye. I asked her, "Emily, what the hell happened to your face?"
Tripped on the bathroom mat, hit the sink.
Don't lie to me.
I'm serious. You know how clumsy I am.
I let it go. Not because I believed her, but because I knew pushing would only make her hide it better. And she did hide it, because she loved him, even when he hurt her. One time I called Emily, I heard disturbing background noise, but Emily insists everything is fine. Over time, she becomes withdrawn, avoids eye contact, and isolates herself from friends. Though she never admits it directly, I picks up on these patterns and realizes she's hiding the abuse, fueling his growing suspicion and anger. Then it happened, the call. It was a Thursday night. Cold. I had just locked up the dojo when my phone rang.
Marcus, I need you. Please.
I was in my car in seconds. When I got there, I found her at the bottom of the staircase in Todd's apartment. She was bleeding from her mouth. Her eyes were puffy. Her hands were shaking. Her belly, 4 months pregnant, was bruised.
He pushed me. I told him I was keeping the baby. He lost it. He threw me down the stairs.
I carried her out in silence. Drove straight to the hospital. Sat by her side all night. Thankfully, the baby was okay. Hope is a fighter, like her mom. Later, when Emily fell asleep, I gently woke her. "Where is he, Em?" She hesitated.
Probably that bar on Jefferson. He always goes there when he wants to cool off.
I kissed her forehead and left. I walked into the bar and saw him immediately. Todd was drinking whiskey with 2 of his idiot friends, laughing like nothing happened, like he hadn't just nearly killed a woman and his unborn child. "Look who it is, the Kung Fu Panda. What's the matter? Did Em call her bodyguard? You sure you're even her brother, man? You're like 2 shades past Thanksgiving." They all laughed. "You got that thug life scowl, Marcus. Bet you scare the kids at your dojo. You put your hands on my sister." To be fair, she asked for it, getting all emotional and hormonal. I stood still. Let him come at me. He shoved me, swung. I dodged. His fist flew past me, and that was all I needed. I struck him hard, right in the jaw. His friend lunged. I swept his legs. Another grabbed a beer bottle, missed, and I broke his nose with my elbow. They were drunk and slow. I wasn't. One tried to charge me from behind. I flipped him onto the table. Todd got back up, clutching his wrist. I kicked his knee out and pinned him to the floor. "You ever touch her again? I swear, no one's going to stop me next time." The bartender called the cops. Several witnesses told them I acted in self-defense. When the cops arrived, Todd was still whining on the floor. 2 weeks later, Emily filed an official police report with hospital photos, text messages, and old bruises she had saved. Todd tried to run out of state, but they caught him at a motel in Wisconsin. Court found him guilty of assault, battery, and domestic abuse. He got 2 years in prison. I walked out of the courthouse free. And inside prison, Karma met Todd. So you like hitting women? That right? No, it was a misunderstanding. Wrong answer. They beat him the first week. The guards didn't care. Word spread fast. Wife beater, child endangerer. He got spat on, had his meals thrown away, and was forced to clean the toilets without gloves. Yo, pretty boy, tell us another joke about black people. Come on, make us laugh. Fuck off. You're gonna wish you'd never opened that mouth of yours, Cracker. They shaved his head and made him scrub the showers with a toothbrush. One inmate broke his pinky when Todd mouthed off. He cried at night. Guards ignored it. He left prison 2 years later with a limp and permanent fear in his eyes. Meanwhile, Emily gave birth to Hope. Beautiful, bright-eyed, and full of life. And every weekend, she's mine. We paint, we play. She calls me Uncle Sensei.
You're the best uncle in the world.
She's the best niece. I've got to keep up. 6 months after Todd's release, I got a letter from him. You ruined my life. I lost my job, my friends. I got beat up every week. Hope you're proud of yourself. I threw it in the trash. Because I am proud. I protected my sister. Just like I always promised I would. Some people think martial arts is about violence, but it's not. It's about control, discipline, and knowing when to stand up. For family, for justice, for what's right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, never underestimate a big brother.